All right, guys, what is going on? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a breakdown of Tudor's full planning from right now into the CrossFit Open. Now, I'm not gonna give you all the nuts and bolts, but I wanna show you the behind the scenes of how we operate with our athletes to set them up from a phase potentiation standpoint to have success and drive them to where they wanna go. So now, looking at his program right here, you can see I have it broken down from September 1st all the way through February 16th, which is the end of that pre-comp, because in that week coming up, that's when that first week of competition is for the CrossFit Open. Now, we all know that the first stage of the CrossFit Open is relatively easy for these athletes, but we're still gonna treat it as pre-comp phase number 1 for him because we don't wanna brush it off with a grain of salt. From there, we're gonna progress into pre-comp phase 2, which is the next stage, and then pre-comp phase 3, which is gonna be the semifinals to get into the CrossFit Games. And at that point, there'll be a transition and then a revamp. Now, you notice inside the program that I don't have pre-comp 2 and 3 there, simply because we don't know those exact dates yet. So once I know those dates, I'll be able to put them in, but you can originally see the format of what we're doing behind the scenes for this athlete. Now, with that being said, throughout this year for this athlete, there's also many things coming up. For instance, this weekend, which is going to be August 29th through September 1st, we have the World Fitness Project, which he's going to be doing. That's going to essentially build into the World Fitness Project Finals, hopefully which he'll be at. He's also going to have the Rogue Invitational and potentially Wadapalooza. So there's going to be some few various peaks along the way with what we deem important for him to peak for. World Fitness Project is important, however, it's so close to these previous games. We have to take that into account from an overtraining standpoint and ensure that he just feels good and ready to express his fitness at that point. Hopefully from there we have a back off before we get into anything else like the Rogue Invitational as well as Wadapalooza, and that's going to predicate a few minor tweaks within inside the programming as we get him ready for that. But the main gist of what I'm trying to show you guys today is the importance of the back end work working with athletes and setting up that entire year. So right now you hear the long-term plan, September 1st to February 22nd. The goal is to make the games. We want to build that capacity, sustainability for mid to long intense workouts. So that's the overall arching theme. Now, we have accumulation 1 into accumulation 2 into intensification 1, intensification 2, and pre-comp. What you're going to see in these accumulation phases is it breaks down everything even more. So accumulation 1 phase, which you see here, we're going to talk about exactly how we're going to go about the goals for him to get him where we want him to be to podium at the CrossFit Games. This year he finished 10th. And then what those days are going to look like from an overarching theme standpoint. And then from there I'll adjust with exercise selection. And then from there, if I go back into, that's going to build into an accumulation 2. Now, with inside of accumulation 2, what we're going to do is build upon the density from the accumulation 1 phase and add some more complexity to that. But the overarching theme isn't shifting on how we're going to go about it. As you can see the workouts here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and potentially Sunday. That's going to build into, for this athlete, intensification 1, which is going to go October 27th to December 14th. The goal here is to build upon intensity with inside the work that we put in. So what we're doing is we're taking everything we did from accumulation 1, that's setting up accumulation phase 2. Now we're going to take intensification phase 1, and now we're going to look to add intensity and fatigue to all the work we did on accumulation 1 and 2. That's going to drop some volume as we increase the intensity on the designated days, which is then going to progress him into intensification phase 2. Now what we're going to do with intensification phase 2, which you see here, is build upon everything we did with inside intensification phase 1. This is phase potentiation. We're going to look to add complexity. We're looking to increase fatigue while driving proper movement mechanics and work on his power endurance and repeatability with his main fatigue limiters. Now you can see on this one I don't have these designated days listed because I just want to create the blueprint as we extend this long, and that's going to adjust based upon how he adapts from these other phases. That's going to lead into pre-competition phase 1, which is going to bring us into the first week of the Open, which is now going to be in a mini comp phase as we progress to week 1 of the Open. Now this is a 50,000 foot view of what we do with athletes to get them to the right area, ensuring that what we're doing now is setting them up for success for the next block and the next block and the next block, so they can be primed and ready for when we want them to be. Not just some random Tuesday night. Hope this helps. Keep setting the bar high. Keep leading by example.